total fixed cost is something where the cost will not change, it is fixed. Students, raw material is always a 100% variable cost because it will change according to the time. So I'll give you a trick here. So 154 rupees 80 paisa what you have got, multiply that by 5000, you will actually get the answer here. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the second session. Now a quick recall what we have done in the session 1. So we went with the pro forma of flexible budget. Now I'll tell you what exactly a flexible budget is all about. It only estimates, right? And what it does is it adjusts to its revenue. Now flexible budget pro forma, I told you how to remember. I have given you a format that is called total cost plus profit is equal to selling price. If you understand this kind of a formula, you will be able to write the pro forma. I'll teach you here. Total cost is divided into two, that is called total variable cost and total fixed cost. Now total variable cost in the sense a cost which will vary, that means there will be a change, and total fixed cost is something where the cost will not change, it is fixed. Total variable cost, you have two things, that is one is 100% variable cost. Whatever happens here, the cost will change. And the same way here also we have two, that is 100% fixed cost. Whatever happens, it will not change, that is 100% fixed cost. But here there are two things, that is called semi-variable cost and semi-fixed cost. Whatever it is, let me be very honest with you. If you have semi-variable cost, the same thing will have semi-fixed cost. If you have semi-fixed cost, that means that thing will have semi-variable. That is the reason if you add both, you should get 100%. Say example here it is 20% semi-fixed, in the sense what? 80% it is semi-variable. If it is 60% semi-variable, that means what? 40% is semi-fixed. This is what the property of semi-variable cost and semi-fixed cost. I told you how to write the pro forma. The first one here is we need to go with variable cost. That means 100% variable cost you are supposed to write. When you write here, now per unit, and then if you multiply this with the output per unit, now you will get something called the amount. Next, we are supposed to add everything here in this flexible budget is addition. You are supposed to add semi-variable cost per unit and then amount. I told you how to write the amount one, right? That is per unit multiplied by output, that is your amount. So this is the first thing which we are supposed to go. After that, see here, we have added variable cost, semi-variable cost. What we got? TVC. Denote that as A. So this is called TVC, total variable cost. Denote that as A. That is here format, you will actually get it. Next is fixed cost. Now what type of fixed cost you are supposed to write first? 100% fixed cost you will write it. Then you will be adding with the semi-fixed cost. Now here fixed cost you will go and you will write the amount and then semi-fixed cost, and this is how you will be writing it. And if you total it, what exactly you will get? That is called TFC. Denote that as B. So you will add here, this is what it is. Now understand, this is very simple format how to prepare a flexible budget. What we have done is TVC and we have taken TFC. Now we need to denote that TFC as B. A and B if you add here, A and B if you add, you will get something. This is what is called total cost. So total cost is what? A plus B. That means this one and this one. These two, if you add it, you will get the per unit and the amount. After that, here plus profit. See here, everywhere we are supposed to add, then we will get the amount, that is for per unit it is called selling price, right? Selling price, and here this is the sales. So this is what you people need to understand and write, and everything is addition here. There is nothing called subtraction. You are supposed to go with addition. Supposingly in the problem, if they have not given you profit and they have given you here the sales, now what exactly you are supposed to do here? Sales minus total cost, you will get profit. See, total cost plus profit is selling price. The same way, if they have given you selling price and they have given you total cost, you are supposed to find the profit. What you will do is selling price minus total cost is profit. That is how you will actually shift, and then you will calculate it. Now let's take the question paper problem and then let us start solving the question paper problem. I'll tell you how to analyze the problem, how to understand it, and then you can actually write the answer properly. And this question is for 15 marks, students. So I don't want you people to waste your time just by listening to me. I want you people to take a notebook, calculator and a pen so that you people can actually go with the answer when I'm actually explaining it to you people. So the first question of flexible budget is, prepare a flexible budget. See here the word, let me tell you how to understand the question here. The first one, let us actually learn the art of understanding the questions. In management accounting, you are supposed to always think about all the entries, whatever is given, it is all relevant. It is not like financial accounting or it is not like cost accounting. Each and every entry are very, very important. You are supposed to know this carefully. So prepare a flexible budget for the production of 80% and 100% activity on the basis of the following information. That means they're asking us to find out 80% and 100% what exactly it is. So the first one we will write it here, 80% and then 100%. Done. So 80%, 100% is done. Now they have given us something. Now production at 50% capacity. That means they have only given us how much capacity? 50% capacity. See, understand the question properly. There is a factory which is actually manufacturing some product. Now, if we manufacture 50% capacity, in the sense only if we go with half of the production, how much is it? And what will be if we go with 80% and full, that is 100%. So they have given us that 50% capacity, they are manufacturing how many units? 5,000 units. That means, students, 100%, if they manufacture, how much production can be? That is 10,000, isn't it? Now I'll teach you here also how this 10,000 has come according to the mathematical format. Also I'll teach you here. And they're asking us 80%, how much it will be. Now we know that 80%, that means 8,000, but I'll tell you how to figure it out. Now for this we need to go with the cross multiplication. I'll teach you how exactly it works. See now 50%, they are manufacturing how much? 5,000. For 80%, we don't know, question mark. So it is always a cross multiplication where this will go here and this comes here. That means what? A percentage and percentage will get cancelled, and we have 80 into 5,000 divided by 50. How much? 80 into 5,000 divided by 50, because for 50% it is 5,000 units. So for 80%, how much it is? So we are supposed to calculate this once and 100. So 80 into 100, it is how much? 8,000 units. So this is for 80%. And for 100% activity, how much? In the sense, I told you that because for 50% if it is 5,000, so it is double 100%, in the sense 5,000 into 2 is how much? That is 10,000. Again, you can actually go with the cross multiplication like this. I'll teach you in a very quick format. Say for 50% we manufacture 5,000 units. So for 100%, how much? Again, it is a cross multiplication where this will go here, this comes here. So how much you will get? You will get 10,000 units. You people need to calculate and you are supposed to tell me whether it is right or wrong. So 10,000 unit, this is what we will get. How much? 10,000 units for 100%. Now let's understand the questions here. The first one, raw material. Students, raw material is always a 100% variable cost because it will change according to the time and situation, demand and supply. And how much it is? 80 rupees per unit. That is, for 1 unit, they are actually asking you to pay how much? 80 rupees. Next one is direct labor. See, raw material is a variable cost. Direct labor is a variable cost. It is 50 rupees per unit. Next is direct expenses, variable cost. All this raw material, labor, expenses are 100% variable cost. Now I'll tell you which are the semi-variable and semi-fixed. Now here we go. Factory expenses. See the word here, right? Factory expenses. They have said 50,000 rupees, but they have given in the question itself that is 50% fixed. When they say 50% fixed, that means what? The other 50% is variable. That means this act like a semi-fixed cost and semi-variable cost. I'll tell you how to write this. Let me just erase those things. Okay. Now I'll tell you how the working note you are supposed to go. The first working note was about 50%, 80%, 100%. How much was the unit? That is the first working note. So we have factory expenses, which is, say, understand the word here, factory expenses, which is say 50,000, but they have said that it is 50% fixed. So I'll tell you the first working note what we had written was for 50%, if it is 5,000 units, for 80%, how much? We went with the cross multiplication. We got to know that for 80%, the factory can actually produce how many units? That is 8,000 units. And for 100%, they can actually produce 10,000 units. We got to know that. The third working note would be, what is the factory expenses if it is 50,000 rupees, but they are telling us that only 50% is fixed. So what is the remaining 50%? The remaining 50% is variable. So this means what? It is a semi-fixed as well as semi-variable expenses. So understand here. Let's go with this. Factory expenses. Now you divide this into two. Here you write variable, here you write fixed. Same way here also. Administration expenses. Again, they have written something called 40% variable. Now you should tell me, students, if 40% is variable, where the 60% goes? The 60% is fixed. That's why it acts like a semi-variable cost as well as semi-fixed cost. Now here we have administration expenses, and let's divide this into two, variable and here fixed. Now how to calculate this? Now factory expenses, we have 50,000 here. So write this 50,000 here. And in the problem they have given 50%. 50% is what? Fixed. So if fixed is 50%, so what is the variable? Now variable will also be how much? 50%, because both if we add, it should be how much? 100%. That means 50,000, 50% is how much? 25,000 rupees. And here how much? 25,000 rupees. So this is what the entry is. You will not write 50,000. You will write variable cost. You will write 25,000, and fixed cost you will write here 25,000. Let's go with administration expenses. We have 60,000 here. Now 60,000 we are supposed to write here. And they have said 40% is variable. When they say 40% is variable, now you should tell me how much is the fixed. That is 60%. 40 plus 60 is only 100%, isn't it? 60. Now, for 6 are 24. That means here how much? 24,000 will be, it will go to the variable cost. And then the remaining here is 6 are 36. 36,000 will go to the fixed cost. So these are the adjustments which we have calculated and we have written the working note. See, working note is very, very important. Now understand here, this will be variable cost, labor is variable cost, direct expense is variable cost. Now semi-variable is which? Factory expenses and administration expenses. But we will not write the 50,000 and 60,000. We'll write these are the semi-variable costs, right? 25,000 and 24,000. Now what are the fixed costs? We don't have 100% fixed cost in this problem. So we'll not write fixed cost, but instead we'll write the semi-fixed cost. Now which are the semi-fixed costs? These are the semi-fixed costs. The same entry, that is where you have the 50% or 40%, whatever the semi is there. If it is semi-variable cost, it will also be reflected to the semi-fixed cost when you write the flexible budget. So now we'll go with the real answer and what exactly it is. I have prepared your tabulation here. This is what the flexible budget tabulation will look like. Please don't mug up the tabulation. I'll tell you how to write the tabulation. The first one is the particulars. In the particulars, we have something called 100% variable cost. Now we have a raw material, direct labor, direct expenses. They are the 100% variable cost. And then we have semi-variable cost, which we have figured it out. That is the factory expenses and administration expenses. Now in this problem, we don't have 100% fixed cost, but we have something called semi-fixed cost, which is again we have factory expenses and administration expenses. That means be very clear here, students. You have semi-variable cost. These two entries are semi-variable. So these two entries will be the semi-fixed as well. So this is what the real common sense which you people should have. The next one is, if we add all the variable costs, we get total variable cost. Denote that as A. If we add the fixed cost, we get total fixed cost. Denote that as B. In this question, if we understand, we don't have profit and sales, so we are supposed to end our answer with total cost. Let's write the first one here. We have here three main columns here. In those three main columns, we have again sub two columns we have, that is per unit and amount. I'll just write it here what exactly happens is. The first one is for 50% capacity. That is the question paper. What the question paper is asking, that first thing you are supposed to prepare. And then the two questions what they have asked, that is 80% and 100% we are supposed to calculate. Now understand here. They said prepare a flexible budget for the production 80% and 100%. This is what 80%, 100% we need to prepare. And they have given the production, that is 50% capacity. This entire format has 50% capacity. That's why we are supposed to first find out 50%. Then we will go with 80% and the last one is 100%. Now we have seen in the question paper itself, that is for 50% capacity, the output is how much? That is 5,000 units. So for 50%, the output is how much? 5,000 units. And 80% and 100%, how much is it? We have calculated it earlier itself. I'll tell you how to calculate it again. Now for 50%, they have given it as 5,000 units. So for 80%, how much? Again, go with the cross multiplication. That means 80 into 5,000 divided by 50. 50 ones are 50 hundreds. Now 80 into 100 is how much? 8,000. 8,000. This is what the calculation it takes. Now the next one here we are supposed to go, that is for 80% we got to know that the output is how much? 8,000 units. So for 100% how much it is? If it is 50%, 5,000, so 100% is double. So 5,000, if you double it, you will get how much? 10,000 units. So this is what the first working note and the first calculation which we are supposed to write it. Now coming to the next one is raw material. For 50%, how much it was? That is 80 rupees per unit. We need to write how much? 80 here. 80 is done. Now direct labor is 50 rupees and direct expenses is 15 here. So we'll write here 50 and 15. So this is the first format. Now from here to here, if you need to write, you should always multiply. That means for 1 unit it is 80 rupees. For 5,000 units, how much? So the total thing is 80 into 5,000, you get 4 lakh rupees. How much you'll get? 4 lakh rupees. So you'll be writing here. Now direct labor, for 1 unit you are actually giving him 50 rupees. For 5,000 units, how much? So 5 5s are 25. So total it is 2,50,000 rupees. The same way here. So direct expenses 15 for 1. So 15 into 5,000, if you go with it, 75,000. So next one is factory expenses and administration expenses. See, factory expenses and administration expenses, they have not given in per unit, they have given in total, right? But we are not supposed to take 50,000 and 60,000. The reason here is we have done the calculation here. Now this column, this very much column right here, this is the semi-variable cost, right? And this column here we have, this is called the semi-fixed cost. So we are supposed to write these two entries but not this one. So this is all cancelled now. This is all cancelled. This is the new version. This is what you are supposed to write it. Now in the variable cost, semi-variable cost, factory expenses are how much? So we have calculated here semi-variable, that is 25,000, and administration is 24,000. So here we'll write here 25,000 and then we have 24,000. This is how you'll be writing. Now students, for 5,000 units, 25,000 you are paying. For again 5,000 units, 24,000 is what you are paying. For one, how much? So that means from here to here, if you need to write, you should always divide. So 25 divided by 5,000 and then 24 divided by 5,000 and then you will write it. So for that, what exactly you are supposed to do is you are supposed to take a calculator and then calculate it properly. Say example here. Now 25 and 5, you know what exactly it is. 5,000 into 5 is your 25. So you will be writing here how much? 0.5. And let's go with 24,000 divided by 5,000 is equal to 4.8. So you will get here 4.8 means 4 rupees 80 paisa. This point, please denote it, please write it. Now what you got is total variable cost. You are supposed to add each and everything and you will get how much? The total variable cost. Now let's add it very fast. Meanwhile, I want you people to actually calculate and write it even faster than me. So we have 154 rupees 80 paisa and then we are supposed to add all these things. So I'll give you a trick here. So 154 rupees 80 paisa, what you have got, multiply that by 5,000, you will actually get the answer here. So if we add also, if you multiply also, you will get the same thing. So let's add first. This is the very old practice, that is adding. 250 plus 75,000 and 25,000, 24,000. Totally we have 77. That is 7,74,000. So this is what we got here. Next we'll go with the fixed cost. I'll teach you how to go with the fixed cost. Again here, we don't have 100% fixed cost. We have something called semi-fixed cost. That is the administration and the office. Again, we are supposed to go with our working note here. The working note was, these are the semi-fixed costs which we have. That is 25,000 and 36,000 respectively. So here we'll write 25,000. Here we'll write 25,000. And next one we have administration expenses. The administration expenses is 36,000. 25,000. So we have 25 and 36. Again, I told you from here to here, what is that you should do? Divide. 25,000 divided by 5,000 is 5 rupees. And 36,000 divided by 5,000. Again, you are supposed to take your calculator and then go with 36,000 divided by 5,000. So 7 rupees 20 paisa. You got 7 rupees 20 paisa. Done. Now 7 rupees 20 paisa plus 5 is 12 rupees 20 paisa, and then you will actually add this. So 5, 6, 1 carry, and it is 6. 61,000 is what you got. Now what exactly we have got is, we have got total fixed cost, that is 12 rupees 20 paisa and 61,000. For just cross verification, if you multiply this, you should actually get, that is 12 rupees 20 paisa into 5,000. 12.20 into 5,000, you got 61,000. That means your answer is correct. And the last one, if you listen carefully here, you will get to know that A plus B, if you write it, you will get total cost. That is 154.80 plus 12.20. I can calculate very easily, but please take your calci, because 15 marks, it is nowhere you are supposed to go for any of the mistakes. So you have 154.80 plus 12.20, you got 167 is what you actually got it here. So you will be writing here 167 is what you will get. And then 7,74,000 plus 61,000 you are supposed to go with, that is into, done. So you got somewhere 8,35,000. If you go with it, you will actually get it. Say exam. Again, cross verify your answers here, students, because 15 marks very easily you people will actually get. So you got 8,35,000. So our first column is done. Now the same way we are supposed to go with the second column and the third column, but here I'll be giving you tricks. Please understand the trick. There are 3 golden rules of flexible budget. The first one is, I want you people to write down this: variable cost per unit will never change. Total variable cost will change. What is the first one? That is, variable cost per unit will never change. When we understand this, this is the variable cost per unit. So what you are supposed to do, here also write the same. 80, you have 50, 15, 5, and then 4.80. So we got the variable cost per unit will never change. That is the rule, right? So again here 80, then 50, 15, 5 rupees, and then 4 rupees 80 paisa. Done. So we got here 154.80. Same way, 154.80. The second rule or the trick is, fixed cost per unit will change, but total fixed cost will never change. What is the rule? Total fixed cost will never change. Now, what are the total fixed costs? These 2 columns, right? That is the total fixed cost. The total amount what you have got is 61,000. That will never change. So that means, again, here also you can write 61,000. Here also 61,000. So what happens here is 25,000 will never change, and we have 36,000 which will never change. Here also 25,000 and then 36,000. So these are the golden rules. Will be very easy if you actually practice. The first one is variable cost per unit will never change. That's why I have written all the variable cost per unit here. Now the second one is total fixed cost will never change. These are the things. Now students, very fast we'll do it. From here to here, if we need to write, we need to multiply. From here to here, if we write, we should divide. Now from which we are supposed to multiply? 80 into 8,000. 25,000 divided by 8,000. Then we are supposed to complete. This is what the flexible budget is all about. Very easily you can score. There is nothing called subtraction here. You'll only go with addition and multiplication, and you will also have something called divisions. Now let's write it very fast now. 80, that is 8 8 is 64. That means you will have here 6,40,000. Now 5 8 is 40, so you get here 4 lakh. Now 15 into 8, that is 15 8s. Let's go with 15 into 8 is how much? 1,20,000 you will be writing here. Now 5 8s is again you have 40,000 is what you will get, and then 4.80 into 8,000, that is 38,400. Done. So we need to calculate each and everything. So you will be probably getting 12,38,400. This is what you got here. Now 25 and 25,000 divided by 8,000 is 3 rupees 12 paisa. Then you have 36,000 divided by 8,000, you got 4 rupees 50 paisa. You got here 7 rupees 62 paisa. This is what you have got. Again, we are supposed to add this one and this one. This is where you will actually get, that is 154.80 plus 7.62. So here you get 162.42. Now you need to add 12,32,400 with 61. So you get 1. Meanwhile, I want you people to actually solve each and everything very fast. I know that you people are super fast than me, and I want you people to write. This is your homework where you will actually write it, and please message me in the YouTube saying what are the variable costs, that is total variable costs, and then what is total fixed cost, and then you are supposed to give me the 100% total cost, how much it is incurred per unit as well as amount. Please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.